to my channel again, New York Cold Cases. This case is really doesn't have to do with anything with New York, but the loophole in this case is that the FBI field agent has the case out here in New York. This 19-year-old girl was murdered in 2001. Her case doesn't get talked about a lot. And the reason why I'm talking about her case tonight is because it's going to be the 20-year anniversary next year. The case is the murder of Private First Class Amanda Gonzales. She was 19 years old, in the Army. She was going to be a cook for the Army in Hanau Germany when she was murdered. 4 months pregnant, and she was in Germany for 8 months. So the father of her unborn child is either somebody in the Army or somebody in Germany that she met there. Her family, especially her father, Santonis Gonzales, feels like the Army's covering up her murder, or they call him to tell him an update. It's the same thing. No, we haven't got the DNA back. Or there wasn't enough DNA to be taken from her murder. Murdered in her barracks on the 3rd floor, in her room. She was coming back from a 3-day long weekend, so nobody's seen her for 3 days. The only reason why the Army realized she was missing was because she never showed up for her shift as the cook in the morning. So when they went to go check her room to see if everything was okay, they found her murdered in her room. She was strangled and beaten to death. She was coming back from a 3-day long weekend, so nobody's seen her for 3 days. The only reason why the Army realized she was missing was because she never showed up for her shift as the cook in the morning. So when they went to go check her room to see if everything was okay, they found her murdered in her room. She was strangled and beaten to death. There was no cameras in the base, nobody signing in or out of the base, nothing. And that no one has an idea who murdered this 19-year-old young woman. I find that unbelievable. But the reason why her case went unsolved for so many years was because she was murdered in 2001 on November 5th. And I get what happened in 2001. I was only in the 2nd grade, but yet I remember that year very vividly. Nobody can forget that year. And that's the problem. Why her case went unsolved for so long. Her case fell on the back burner because of 9/11. No one cared what happened in Germany in 2001 because we were still picking up and finding people that was lost on 2001 in September. So for this murder to happen 2 months later, nobody cared. Which sucked because they should have, but that's not the point. The point is that this case should never have been put on the back burner because of 2001. And it wasn't for this year that her case finally is starting to pick up more light because of this Vanessa case that happened over the summer. And her parents feel like the cases are similar, but they're different at the same time. They know the person that murdered Vanessa is not the same person that murdered their daughter, but they feel like that the Vanessa case got more headlines because it happened here in the United States. But because their daughter's case, Amanda, happened, and technically the Germany officials is handling the case, they don't want to do anything. There's a $125,000 reward for anybody that has tips to this case. Many ways that you can phone in a tip, email a tip. All tips will remain anonymously. You can contact the CID, which is the Criminal Investigation Division down in Virginia. I will leave their phone number and their email down in the description. I will also pin it as a top comment. Or you can contact the FBI main headquarters out here in New York City. Amanda, 2001. She was 5 months pregnant at the time. The Army is stating that they did talk to the baby's father, and that he is not a suspect at this time. But they won't release his name. According to Amanda's friends, she was going to put in a complaint about this guy. But Amanda's friends don't know who the father is either. If you have any information about who the father is, or who might have murdered Amanda in her barracks room out in Germany, please phone in a tip or email a tip. Her parents want this case solved. They don't want to go another 20, 40, 60 years without their daughter case being unsolved. The more light we get on this case, maybe the Army will investigate a little bit deeper. Because I feel that the DNA that they do have, which they don't want to say where they got the DNA from, might actually solve the case. Even if it's someone from higher up in the Army at the time. It's not fair that her case got put on the back burner. It's not fair that her parents feel like there's a cover-up going on. If you want, I will leave the page for Justice for Amanda Facebook page down in the description. Please go there and help them. They have rallies every couple months now to get Amanda's name out there, because Amanda's name is not out there in the public, and it should be. the better that the faster we get her name out there, the faster this case might be solved. No one, even if they are the military, the Army, the Navy, the Marines, should feel like they should not be protected. That's what the military is for, to protect everyone, even the people in the military. So please speak out if you see sexual harassment or any kind of harassment going on. I'll leave all the information down below that you can contact people. I'll leave all the information down below that you can contact people. Thank you very much for listening to this video. Please like the video or dislike it if you don't like the video. Leave a comment or please subscribe. And please subscribe